Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and yesterday I put up a video where I asked you guys if you'd be interested in a series of getting started with competitive gaming. And overwhelmingly, people said yes. Tons of guys said, yeah, they were interested in competitive gaming, or at least knowing more about it and how to get going. So I hope I don't lose you in the first two videos. I sort of planned out the series to some extent, and in the first two videos are kind of administrative. If you're already a Game Battles player, then this is stuff that you know already. If you're not a Game Battles player, then this is stuff that I found a little tricky to figure out, but now that I'm comfortable with it, it seems pretty straightforward. So anyway, first off, what is Game Battles? Game Battles is a competitive league. They do their best to remove a lot of what you'd call the BS in Call of Duty and replace it with just the skill aspects, working together, gun on gun fights, stuff like that, and less like bouncing betties and claymores and the other kind of nonsense that feel like less skill based kills and deaths, right? So that's what Game Battles is all about. The people that play it tend to be much better than the people that play pub lobbies. Those guys that are leading pub lobbies all the time become your average people over in the Game Battles world. Now there's exceptions, right? There are people in Game Battles who aren't very good, but there are also people in Game Battles who are outstandingly good. And I think you won't get much argument when you say that the general talent level over in competitive gaming is higher than it is in pickup gaming. If I were to compare it to basketball, I'd say Game Battles is like college basketball, and public matches are like pickup games. You've got kids there, you've got girls playing with you, you've got whatever. And then over at college basketball, it's all guys who are pretty serious about doing the best they can. So anyway, let's get this thing started. The first thing is getting teammates. So there's two ways that I know of, like the two primary ways to get teammates. The first one, and I'll link this in the description, is Huppet Gaming. So yeah, I can just imagine some of you rolling your eyes. But no, the way that you go to sharing gamer tags and search out for teammates, I genuinely think it is the best way to find people who are interested in being your Game Battles partners. There are going to be lots of guys here who say they're interested in GB. You can send out requests, etc. Sometimes I get messages from people saying, hey, I set up my profile and no one sent me an invite. And to that I say, stop being the awkward penguin, you loser. If you want to take home the prom queen, then you've got to go out and get some. You've got to go make that happen. And I invite you to send out those invites, to be the guy that organizes your team, to be the leader and make it happen, and it will happen. So yeah, not everyone's going to reply to you, but yeah, go out, make it happen, set up your profile, send some invites, put together a team. This, I think, is the best way. But in order to be complete, I'm going to talk about the other way that I know to do it, which is getting involved in scrims and sort of working your way up. So if you go to MajorLeagueGaming.com and then click on Game Battles, over here you can click on Game Battles Forums. And here you'll find, the area. Now, I'm going to assume that the people watching this channel are probably interested in Modern Warfare 3. But, if you're Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, etc., Gears of War, then you can, find things here. Now, they have a section just for recruiting and free agents, and then they have a general, Call of Duty section. You can go in here and find people who are looking for new teammates. You can find people who are, in the process of setting up a scrim, sort of an unofficial game where they just play each other under Game Battles rules, but without the, ranking system, without all the pressure involved. Winning and losing doesn't matter. They're just playing their hardest and doing their best. So if you go over here, you can find people. But a lot of times the people over here don't want to play with guys who've never played Game Battles before. It's kind of hard on the Game Battles site as what I'll say is a total random, right? A guy who doesn't know call outs, who's brand new to this whole process, to get started over there. Whereas on Huppet, you might find guys who are peers, who also, are playing Game Battles for the first time and are going to do their thing. But those are the two ways that I know of to surround yourself with other people who are interested in Game Battles, either the Game Battles forums or sharing gamer tags over on HuppetGaming.com. And I'll try and link up the description so that you can find the stuff that you need over there. Now, once you have a team, how do you get that started over here? So you can click on Create a Team. It's here in most of the areas. And then you'll see the options. You'll probably have 4 options for choosing here, but I only have 3 because I already have a doubles team. You guys have probably seen me post some. So you can join this ladder, and then you can set up your team. Now, in the interest of keeping the video move along, I won't go through the whole process of setting up this team. But fill out the form, set up your team. I find that inviting people is a little bit tricky, and there's a delay. After you invite them, I think it takes like a full day after you invite them, and after they accept the invite for them to be available to play on your team. So it's not like I can set up a Game Battles team in the afternoon and then play that night. No, there's a delay. You have to do it the next day. But I don't know why they do that. I guess so you can't pull in ringers or something, or maybe it stops boosting to some extent. But anyway, this is where you set up a team, and there are ladders. There are ladders that you need to concern yourself with. So in Modern Warfare 3, for you experienced guys, there's no more override ladder. But here's the deal: you can do the team ladder, the team hardcore ladder. These are probably self-explanatory. The doubles ladder and the singles ladder. So over on the team ladder, that is where you play. I think you need at least 3 people in a game, and I don't know what the cap is. I know that you can have 6, but I don't know if you can do like 9-on-9 game battles. Maybe somebody out there does. I've never played more than 6v6 in game battles, but yeah. So this is the team ladder, and then you can go in here and you can play different game types. So you know what? Let's see, 6 minutes? I don't think we're too long yet. Let's talk about finding a match, making a team, and stuff like that. So I'm going to hop on my profile. We're 2 and 1. I'm going to look at my team right here. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, find a match. So here on Find a Match, you can see the matches that are out there, right? And watch the ranking. Oh, these are all the same. If I beat this team, we get 15 points. If I lose to this team, we lose 17 points. Sometimes you'll see something where if I beat them, I'll get like 13 points. And if I lose to them, I'll lose 19. That tells me that they're lower ranked than me, right? That like if you beat a team and it's only worth, I'm going to exaggerate, like 1 point to you, then that team's probably terrible and you're probably awesome. So there's almost, you're so expected to win that the bonus isn't very high, but the penalty for losing is very high. And then the opposite can happen. So it'll tell you this potential adjustment, whether or not you're facing a team that is really strong or really weak. This isn't a perfect moment to do this because it looks like all these teams have the same rankings. But if I were to do this at nighttime, for example, when more people are playing, then there'd be a whole, list. There'd probably be like, 20, 30 games to choose from in the next 30 minutes. And I could sit there and look for, games that are really hard or really easy, etc. The other thing is the map set. So if I were to play Game Battles rules, like the standard game, here, I'm going to make a match. If I don't like any of the matches that are out there, then I can make my own challenge. And I'm going to do a whole nother videos about rules. But sometimes people say, like, hey, are you allowed to use bouncing betties? Are you allowed to use grenade launchers and things like that? A lot of the rules in Game Battles are sort of, they're configurable, right? Is hardcore mode always on? Is radar always on, or is radar disabled? Can you use perks? Can you use kill streaks in Game Battles? It's hard to say, no, you can't use kill streaks in Game Battles because it's actually an option. Now, overwhelmingly, people choose not to have kill streaks in Game Battles. As a matter of fact, most of these things, people set to no all the time, right? Do you want secondaries? No noob tubes, no claymores, no C4s, no tac inserts, no heartbeat sensors. This would be the normal way to set these things up, right? People don't play in third person mode. This first one's pretty important, and I'll do I think I'm going to do a whole nother video on setting up the rules. But if you use GB variant gameplay, it tends to be a better class of people playing this, right? It's just one of the things you need to know. If you set this up and you say, I want to play variant, then the rule sets are a little bit different. They're a little more restrictive, and the players that roam in variant are a little tougher. So I think our first 3 matches we used default ladder settings because we hadn't played Modern Warfare 3 Game Battles before, and our team is 2 and 1. I don't pretend to be some sort of super genius Game Battles player, but if you've never played before, then this is all new to you. So anyway, variant has tougher players and it has stricter rules. That's what I want to teach you. And then if you set this thing up, then people will see your match on there, and you'll be able to accept or deny the challenge, right? As they go to find a match, you'll post this. It'll be here. Once it's accepted, then you'll see which games you can go to the match. You can see which games that you're going to play on and do your thing. So anyway, this was kind of a kickstart type video. That's how you find a team. This is how you set up your team. Now you know about the 1-day delay after you set up your team, and now you know about accepting a match, and sort of what to look for in a match. If you're looking for a challenge, if you're looking for a big win-loss, then you can go to this potential match adjustment, and it gives you kind of a little insight into how tough the team is going to be that you're about to play. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from it. In the next video, I'm going to probably set up a game. I'm going to talk about the rules, and then I'm going to pop over to the Xbox and show you how to preserve those rules and make sure that you don't take losses when you don't deserve to. So anyway, yeah, this is the first video in the series, and it's some administrative stuff. Later on, we'll get to the core fun stuff.